Hello everyone, my name is Steven and I am a first year dental student. I'm not kidding, I literally just finished my final exam of my first semester of dental school, and there was no better time than to get in front of the camera and talk about what happened this semester. If you're new to my channel, once again, my name is Steven. I'm a first year dental student studying dentistry at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm starting to make more videos on this channel about my experiences in and around dental school. Hopefully you came to this video because you're a prospective dental student, a pre-dental, and you're looking to kind of figure out what exactly it's like to go through a semester of dental school. The weird thing about my experience is my first semester happened in probably one of the strangest times of any of our lives. This year has been extremely strange for a lot of reasons and for everyone. And at the very beginning of the year, before like the coronavirus thing and all that started happening, I was looking forward to my first semester being a certain way. Then in February, when everything started to flip around and the world was going crazy, I was kind of like, okay, this might last through the end of the spring, but there's no way it'll affect my semester. Of course, as it ended up, the coronavirus pandemic has continued all the way through this year, and that means that my entire first semester of dental school was completely online. I say completely online because it kind of felt that way. We did all of our didactic courses, so everything that would be lecture hall related happened at home, so the only time we went to campus was for our labs. And this was honestly really strange because it was the first time in my life that I had done school fully online. I've never even taken online courses like in the summer or anything like that, which some people do. So not only was I adjusting to being fully online for school for the first time in my life, but I was also adjusting to dental school, which was an entirely new pace of school that I wasn't necessarily super ready for. So there was definitely a big learning curve that happened for me this semester, and I think I learned a lot from it and improved upon a lot of my habits going into next semester. This video is going to be very informal. I just want to get in front of the camera and talk about what happened this semester and some of my takeaways. I'm not even going to put it into a list or organize it at all. It's just going to be my thoughts. But continuing on with what I was talking about just a second ago, the coursework was very difficult for many reasons. One, dental school is hard, and everyone knows that, but it's true. Dental school is a challenge. It's a mental challenge. The amount of information they give you is very, very substantial, and you're responsible for a lot. The other aspect of this that was weird and made more strange by the pandemic was I didn't really have much of a relationship with any of my teachers. So normally there would be review sessions and things in a classroom, and I could go sit down in the lecture hall and ask questions and have the teacher draw the answer up on a board. But this relationship was completely taken away, and our teachers here at UT did a really good job staying available for us on Zoom, and there wasn't necessarily any shortage of input coming from our teachers. It was more so just a completely different experience for me having to be fully online. All of that being said, I think I did pretty well this semester in the classroom, and honestly probably better than I would have thought. So that's one really positive takeaway from this semester. And like I alluded to earlier, I'm in a much better position moving into next semester with the things that I learned this year. All of our lab work this semester was in person, which I was very thankful for, and I was very thankful for the fact that UT was able to make that happen for us. I know a lot of dental students and a lot of dental schools were more affected by the virus than we were, and I know of certain dental students that didn't even have lab work for at least a big portion of the beginning of the semester. We were about 1 month behind to start out in the lab, so we typically would have started in the lab from day one in July, but we ended up starting in August, which honestly was okay. It gave me an extra month at home in Nashville, but it also did mean that the lab work was pretty quick paced, and so we had to get in there and learn how to start doing these things very quickly. But once again, our teachers were extremely helpful, and I honestly maybe struggled a little bit in the beginning, but definitely improved quickly over time. I talked about this in my video where I discussed 5 facts about dental school, and I'll link that video right here. But in that video, I say that your hand skills are something that is going to develop with time. And now having finished my first semester, I've seen that even more so than I had back when I made that video. Hand skills in dentistry are an acquired skill. They definitely don't come to you immediately. And even if you've been using your hands for, micro movements and things of that nature for a long time, getting into a lab and doing these things for the first time is still going to be strange for you no matter what. But by the end of the semester, I noticed that I was way more comfortable with our lab work than I was in the beginning of the semester. And it's just from repetition and practice. When you go to dental school, you're going to spend many, many hours in the lab doing work. And that's where we build the base of knowledge and hand skills that we eventually use as practicing dentists. So once you get in, don't worry if you're not up to par immediately, because your hand skills will come in with time, and by the end of your first semester, you'll feel pretty proficient with a hand piece. Also, the lab portion of this semester made me look forward to dentistry in general, and especially moving forward into next semester, because every semester you build upon what you're learning dentistry wise. Next semester we have occlusion lab, which is a lab in which we basically work on how teeth fit together when the mouth is closed. And I've heard that lab is challenging, but I'm excited about it for that reason. And now going into new lab courses, there isn't that same element of mystery that I had before going into these lab courses this semester. I'm just more experienced and I feel more comfortable now, and that's kind of the main takeaway from all of this. The next main takeaway that I want to talk about from this semester was my out of school experiences. And what I mean by this specifically is kind of the social aspect of this semester. And unfortunately, this is one of the things that I can say was probably the most negative for me about this semester. Meeting people in dental school, and specifically your classmates, is widely discussed as one of the best parts of dental school. And unfortunately for my class, it was very, very difficult for all of us to meet each other because we were all at home doing everything online. And furthermore, our school probably justly told us not to hang out with each other outside of our classes. So there kind of wasn't a great opportunity for all of us to be together. And what that's led to is I still probably haven't met 30 to 40% of my class. And the fact that I'm saying that 6 months into dental school is kind of insane. I do recognize all of their names and their GroupMe pictures because we talk in a GroupMe all the time, and I feel very close to my classmates, but I was not able to gain the strong relationships as quickly this semester as I would have been if school had been completely normal. So that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to moving forward into the future, and it looks like it's actually probably going to be D2 years, so next year before we're able to. But definitely just meeting all of my classmates and going to classes with them and forming more of a community instead of feeling like a bunch of people that are kind of doing the same online stuff and talking to GroupMe all the time because we're all confused and nervous about everything. And the last main topic that I want to talk about in this video is kind of what was life outside of dental school like this semester. And honestly, it was really good. As much as dental school was extremely time consuming and I studied more hours and harder than I have ever done in the past pretty much, I still had a lot of free time and I still had a lot of time to do things that I enjoyed. And one of the fruits of that is this YouTube channel. I started making YouTube videos again this semester, and it was kind of random. I kept thinking about making videos, and one day I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna get back into this and just see where it goes. And even though dental school was very hard and very time consuming, I was still able to film some videos and do the editing work that I enjoy doing, and I can't complain too much about that. In addition to that, I was able to travel home to Nashville quite a bit to see my parents and my girlfriend. And this was honestly a blessing in disguise because this semester was definitely going to be strange, but being able to go home and see my family and the ones that I love was really a nice added benefit and made some of the stress of doing all of this a little bit easier to manage. On top of all that, I was able to maintain a very good exercise regimen, and there wasn't really ever a moment where I felt like exercising was just not gonna happen. There were a few days right before tests, like yesterday, the day before my final, where I sort of decided I'm gonna put off a workout till tomorrow, but I never felt like I needed to sacrifice my physical fitness or health because of dental school, and that was a really positive thing. That's pretty much it. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about. This was a great semester. It was a semester in which I learned a lot, and I look forward to using the things that I learned this semester as I move forward in dental school and in my career. Being in this position is something that I dreamed about for many, many years, and it's something that we all dream about. And finally being here and doing it and walking on campus in my scrubs and studying for a final and being in lab, working with my hands, all very surreal experiences that back a few years ago I hoped would happen and I kind of knew would happen, but I had no idea what they would be actually like. And so seeing all of that come to fruition today it's fantastic. If there's anything else that you're wondering about the first semester of dental school or what my experiences have been like, please leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. I've had some comments in the past where people said they enjoyed this style of video of me just getting in front of the camera without a script and talking, and so hopefully this video is kind of similar in that regard. And along with this video, there's going to be a lot of content coming out in the very near future, so stay tuned and remember to hit the subscribe button, and that will keep you up to date on what's going on over here. As always, thank you all so very much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and remember to like the video and subscribe. I'm looking forward to releasing a lot of content in the very near future, so I hope all of you are tuned in. And as always, I'm Steven, and I appreciate you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.